South Africa, the road ahead. To understand the future of South Africa, we need to listen to the words of the so-called leaders of South Africa. The first leader I need to address is the so-called President of South Africa and of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa. The leader of South Africa is supposed to lead by example. I want to play a video clip where Ramaphosa is crystal clear in his attentions. Listen to what he has to say at the ANC Youth League conference on 3 July 2023.
The ANC may eventually lose the ability to grow and to renew itself. So therefore, I call upon you to return to the militancy of the ANC Youth League of the 1944 era, to go back to the militancy of the ANC Youth League of the 80s and the 90s. This is your heritage. That is where you belong. That is where we want to see the ANC Youth League returning to. We don't want to see an ANC Youth League that is docile. We don't want to see an ANC Youth League that is asleep during a revolution. You are the revolution.
The ANC and Ramaphosa, the rulers of South Africa. Let's see why the ANC is busy falling. In the right-hand corner of the video, you will see the message. Stage 3 rolling blackouts. The norm here in South Africa. Between 4 and 12 hours with no electricity in a 24-hour time slot. 100% due to the ANC and Ramaphosa. To understand the future, we need to look at the history. What was the militancy of the ANC Youth League from the 40s until the 80s, mentioned by Ramaphosa? Let's first learn about the ANC Youth League. I use an article on SA History Online with the subject African National Congress Youth League, or the ANCYL. I will add a link to the article in the description below. The ANC Youth League was established on 2 April 1944. Remember this date for later on. The aim of the Youth League was to galvanize the youth to step up the fight against segregation within the country. At the time the ANC Youth League was established, political circumstances in South Africa were tense, as the ruling United Party was divided about South Africa's participation in World War II. 4 years after the establishment of the ANC Youth League, the United Party's rule came to an end and the country was subsequently governed by the National Party. Let's have a look at what the ANC Youth League did before the National Party took over. Let's continue with the article. To strengthen its fight for liberalization, the Youth League developed a program of action which involved different methods like boycotts, strikes, and other defense tactics. I want to add violent strikes. In 1949, the ANC adopted this program, which represented a radical departure from the ineffective strategies of the past, and a transformation of the organization into a revolutionary mass movement. In the next decade, the change of policy would lead to the Defense Campaign and the Congress of the People. In other words, The National Party inherited the mess from the Liberal United Party. Boycotts, strikes, and destabilization of the government were in the order of the day when the National Party took over from the Liberal United Party. Now to continue. During the 1950s, the National Party, or NP, came into power in 1948, introduced harsh and oppressive laws towards the blacks, according to the article. Now, why would they do that? It's as clear as crystal. The ANC and the ANC Youth League and intentions were to destabilize law and order in South Africa. According to my knowledge, it's treason. In other words, Ramaphosa urged the ANC to destabilize the country should he lose the 2024 elections. What do Ramaphosa plan? Maybe a dictatorship? What will happen if he starts a dictatorship? Zimbabwe and Robert Mugabe are the perfect example. Next up is Ramaphosa's counterpart, Julius Malema. To start with Malema, I want you to watch 2 video clips of him. Let's see Malema in action.
There is nothing wrong Hamas did. This folk tongues and people speaking in parables and we don't know what they are hearing, what they are saying, it's wrong. When you are oppressed, the only option you have is to fight. And that's what Hamas is doing. They are fighting for their freedom. Mandela did the same thing, took up the guns and fought for the freedom of the people of South Africa. When you are oppressed, you only have one option. Confront the enemy and shoot to kill. Do not kiss the enemy.
Malema gave the mandate to shoot to kill the oppressors in this speech. White South Africans are oppressed and killed. We are oppressed in all forms of life. We are not allowed to work. We are not allowed to decide over our businesses. They deny us all basic human rights. I can continue. The list is long. In other words, he gave us permission to shoot to kill. Let's watch the next video.
Kichi, kichi, kichima. Cyprian Konto Alliance. Shoot to kill. Yamaza. Kill the poor. The farmer. Kill the poor. The farmer. Brr, pa. Pa. Brr, pa. Pa. Attention.
What do he chant here? It's clear. Kill the boer, kill the farmer, and again, shoot to kill. Just like in the previous clip. If we compare the 2 videos, we can get to a conclusion. It's not just a struggle song. It's definitely his agenda to kill the whites, like in the next video.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm saying to you, we have not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I can't guarantee the future.
Let's use Malema's own words. We have not called for the killing of white people for now. And then basically he says there is plans for that in the future with his words. I can't guarantee the future. With just 2 so-called leaders, it's as clear as daylight what the future of white peoples are in South Africa. They don't even hide it from Ramaphosa to Malema. Exactly the same intentions. Now my question, am I wrong or am I correct?